Hey, hello. Just coming in to have a cup of tea, being terribly British, from Rio de Janeiro, from Copacabana Beach. I'm just mulling over that whole thing about freedom and all the rest of it. Just because being here allowed me to really think through what property has been able to make changes in my life. I know that's not quite correct English, but you know what I mean. And my kind of thinking is ultimately you want to go for simplicity. So at the beginning you need to put rocket fuel in, don't you? You need to have time, you need to have money, and you need to have skills. And the chances are you're probably working full time, so the time isn't your own, or you need to bag it from somewhere else. So no telly, you know, reduce down your lovely friends, for not your friends but like your social stuff for a while. Obviously family has to come first, and I remember just working all hours around my job. Money, I raised £600,000 from other people to start off with. Since then I've done millions of pounds worth of property deals with other people's money, and also raised the money as well. So you bring in money for a period of time, but I've always been very conscious that that is only for a period of time until the assets are up and running, and I'm kind of very strongly at that point. And then skills, learn from other people. You know, I'm here for the Olympics. Oh, we're passing a school. No athlete gets to the Olympics without a coach. I mean, it's just unheard of. And I myself have a mentor, and I've seen the benefit that the mentoring program does for our guys as well. I love watching people develop in the mentoring side of life. So you need to bring in time, money and skills. And it's kind of like a tulip bulb, you know, it bulges out for a while, it gets complicated. If you're anything like me, you make loads of mistakes, you don't get everything right, you definitely screw up on stuff, but you know, you keep going, keep proceeding. Hello. That's the doorman of our building coming in. But then once you've got the assets up and running, and the key to freedom is definitely owning assets, that's when you then simplify. So for me, I've been kind of mulling over on this trip just the meaning of that thing that we're all chasing, which is freedom, which is both financial freedom and time freedom, and realizing that now I'm at the stage of time freedom as well as financial freedom. That means simplifying things, and it's always been part of the plan. I mean, we shut our investor group like almost a year ago now, and it was always part of the plan that we'd only ever work with investors for 5 years, which is exactly what we've done. So we've delivered to that strategy. So if you're in the middle of it all thinking, my goodness, this is all too much, I just kind of want to feed back to you that my personal experience is that all that time, that money and that skills, whether it's yours or other people, are really there to drive the purchase and acquisition and management of the assets. And then once the assets are up and running, you can then start to simplify down. And that's really when we get to what you, not quite the holy grail, because you know what, all sorts of things will continue to be frustrating in my life, just like normal life is. You know, I'll frustrate some people, they'll frustrate me, but generally we'll get on fine. So, you know, there's no perfection in this thing, but you do get to the point, at least my experience tells me, you get to the point where you have freedom of time and freedom of money, and that's because you brought in time, money and skills earlier to kind of rocket fuel up. So at that point, it's the kind of when is enough, and it's time to simplify, and it's time to actually realize you've reached the milestone you were going for, and now not maybe to settle back, because I'm going to continue to work because I love producing really good stuff. But it's about simplifying and focusing and being effective and being efficient and enjoying yourself more. You know, this trip to Rio has made me plan about 10 more. I hope that's helpful. Bit of a ramble, but just thinking that the time, the money and the skills that you're bringing in from third-party folks for a while is not there forever. They're only there until you buy the assets. Once you've bought the assets, it's the assets that pay you on a monthly basis, which give you time freedom and give you money freedom. Good luck. See you soon.